Hello everybody and welcome to an episode of Swarm Gaming. I've decided to do a new episode called How to Farm. And it's going to be based on my experiences, my thoughts. Some might be good, some might be bad. And I just decided how to use Purple Potion maybe effectively on Mountaintop, because Mountaintop, as we know, is just red and blue, and Purple Potion just affects red and blue, and it has some other goodies. But to really understand Purple Potion, let's read it. Purple Potion grants 1.25 capacity, bag gets bigger, and improved boost of red and blue extracts and glue for 15 minutes. So to use Purple Potion, you would also want to use glue. So you take blue and red extracts, and we know what those do, but let's go to blue and red extracts, the same thing, times 1.25 blue pollen and 1.25 red pollen for 10 minutes. So this right here says, okay, so red pollen, 1.25, well, we're going to multiply that 1.25 by another 1.25. So you see how Purple Potion already says, hey, we're going to make things very good. So your red and blue is just going to be great. Then we look at the glue part. The glue says we're going to grant 1.25 pollen from your bees and your tools for 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, you're supposed to get something great, right? Okay, so I have 2.8 billion here. And my goal is to show you what I can do on top of the mountain with a Mondo blessing of 3. So let's see how much we can get. I actually do not know. Let's empty out this pack. I have the diamond mask on because it has an increased capacity. So where the normal capacity would be around, I don't know, 40 million at the most, the diamond mask, I believe, triples any capacity, so it is actually close to 88 million. I'm going to use a marshmallow bee, and that increases it to now 110 million. But let's look at what the blue mask is, if we can find it. Okay, so it has a quote-unquote boost of 1.5 blue pollen. That's good. Instant blue conversion, plus 25% pollen, the capacity increases, times 2 bubble pollen. Now remember, I just got that new tadpole bee, so you're going to see 2 tadpoles jumping around. Okay, so that's good. So there's a lot of things that I might get to my benefit up there. We're at 2.84 billion. So let's set a goal for flying. Let's try to get 5 billion. Okay? Let's set a goal of 5 billion. So let's get everything kind of situated. Let's feel comfortable. Let's get the glue out here. Let's increase our speed. The coconut drink is always good because it increases your crit chance for a better hit. We got 13 micro converters. We did that. We did the oil. I think I did the glue, right? Yes, I did the glue. And of course, the most important thing, right, is the Purple Potion. Now, I could have gone into the market to see if the Mountaintop was on sale. That could have done it. I could have gone to the Winds, and I could have donated something to see if I could get a boost up here, but I'm not doing that. I'm just kind of doing a simple boost of just a Purple Potion with what I would call the regular boost that a person should do, which is stuff like the glue and stuff like that, and the oil to make yourself faster. Alright, so let's use our Purple Potion. Let's get started. Remember, we started at 2.84 billion. So 5 more than that would be what? 5 plus 2, that's 7.84. But let's round that up, let's say 7.9. So if we can get 7.9, that'd be great. And let's hope we do not have to go back down to the hive. And since I guess they consider this to be a blue field, my capacity is 138 million. Amazing. Remember, it started out here at 0, and within the time I was talking, it's almost up to capacity. And remember, this has diamond drain, and boom, there's the first diamond drain, and the diamond drain hit at 18 million. That's the one thing I love about this diamond mask, is I've done it without any boost and hit like about 300 million. Now with boost, it's going to go up faster than it's going to be able to drain. So it would be great if I could have the boost and the diamond drain hit, but I would rather have the numbers go up faster. So let's actually try to focus on some of these numbers. Let's get closer up so we can actually we probably can't because there's so much. So let's actually try to spread it around. And I really can't tell. I would actually have to probably watch this again in like slow motion. Let's see. Okay, so if I stop, we're seeing numbers like 200, 300,000. But a better way to gauge it is if you look at instant conversion, I'm seeing like 2 million a second. Now, one thing we could do, which we forgot to do, is let's try an enzyme. An enzyme grants 10% instant conversion and 1.25 conversion rate for 10 minutes. So let's do that. So that should save our bag even more. So now, the other boosts that we have, oil for speed, tropical drink for crit chance, purple potion is the major one, and the glue, which is helped by the purple potion, and we used a enzyme. Now this is something that would be used obviously if you have a purple potion. I don't craft them, I get them from like the meteor showers, but also this is not for a noob, maybe not even for a mid-level gamer, because you would want to have a farmer that would give you, I want to say, at least a guaranteed billion when you're farming, right? Because you're giving so much, and with the stuff that you are using, these are crafting materials that you would need for masks. And yeah, it's only one glue, but one glue, I remember, is quite a bit. One enzyme is quite a bit. You know, like I remember getting that last enzyme or that last glue, and it's like, wow, that's great, and it means a lot, right? But just imagine if you're farming and it was that last glue, and you're like, oh man, now I got to go to strawberry or pepper and farm like 50 more, and I got to get another royal jelly. So this is really more of an end game, but what it does, and this is what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to show what you can do with just a simple or a more simplistic fast farming. Like I said, if a person wants to go like all out in farming, and there's videos that show I could do 1 billion a second, well, what they're not telling you is they've probably tried several videos and have finally gotten the perfect scenario for farming, right? They may make it look like it's chance, but I think it's like a perfect scenario, meaning that what they did is they went to the wins, they got that 7 times coconut wins, or they were able to get a top tier field, then they went to the market and they bought a boost for the market. That does a lot. And then they used some other boosts and they're able to get like 20 billion, you know, at least 10 billion like in 10 minutes. And that's great. Now, the reason that you would want to do these fast farmings, even if you're like a noob, fast farmings, is because then you don't have to like farm consistently every single day. Now you should do some sort of farming, meaning like completing missions, because that's farming. I'm talking about like farming where you're not in a field that you have to complete a mission. Now, if it completes a mission, that's great too. But I'm talking about like where you're farming so you can get the honey money to get something. There's a goal, right? Like for instance, if I get my 7 point what like 8 billion, that would accomplish the goal of me getting the royal jelly to try to get like another mythic. Speaking of which, have we been paying attention to the frogs? I've seen the bubbles, and in fact, I'm seeing the bubbles like more and more. Uh, so we'll kind of keep our eyes out like on the frogs. The other thing that I kind of want to think about is, what do you think is benefiting the pollen uh, increasing? Because we tend to focus on that number. Right now, that number is 1.3 million a second. Then on the other end, it's 2 million a second. Now, I'm not going to do the math in my head. Okay, so there's one frog there, and I don't see the other frog anywhere. But just imagine, like, if you had more than like 2 frogs, and they're jumping around. Also, the great thing about mythics is if you have one gifted, that's great, right? If you have another mythic, you don't necessarily have to gift it. I mean, you can to get that extra, wow, this thing gets filled up fast. You can gift it to get that extra hit points and everything, but at a certain level, I believe, and with the right mutations, it still becomes like a good B. It still becomes like a good B because, like I think what's going to eventually happen to me is if I continue on this path of trying to get more and more mythics to replace some other beasts. Oh, there's 2 frogs right there. I saw one over here and one over there. Is I can't keep buying star treats because it's going to get quite expensive. In fact, my goal is to obviously get a spicy bee, and that's the one that I want to give the star treat to because I don't have a spicy bee. So what I'm thinking that's probably helping the most is the instant conversion and the mask, because the amount of the mask is really high. Okay, so my oil is getting down and the tropical drink is going down. The tropical drink I'm going to top off. And what else was I going to top off? The oil, which is 5. Now the reason that I use the hotkeys up there is because if I use the cursor, I might have missed that. That's one of the things about this game where it's like almost every second can count. Alright, so the purple potion, it looks like I'm a little less than halfway there. Let's see if we can check. Alright, so 5 minutes. That, can't remember, I think that's a 10-minute thing, right? If it's 10 minutes, and I'm almost at 5 billion, and I started what? At like 2.7 billion, right? 2.7. So that's about like 2 billion. So maybe we might meet our goal of 5 billion. And this is with just a purple potion and a Mondo Chick blessing of 3. So we have to look at what's important. The tornado definitely really helps with that. When the speed goes down, I notice that my instant conversion goes down because the speed really does a lot with bringing the flowers like into the fold. Also, can't tell. I think the glue might be done. I really can't tell because this thing goes like way out there. The enzymes are going down. The enzymes are the same level as the purple potion, so I think they're like a 10-minute thing. Now, the reason that I always say you need to craft is because of things like this. I mean, what am I really crafting for? Enzymes. There's nothing that really desires enzymes. I'm not using glitter anymore because I found a new way to find boosts for fields, where glitter before I was using it for boosts for fields, and I need glitter to get the gummy boots. So another question is, how much should a noob and a mid-level player get doing these every day, right? Well, it depends on what you're saving up for, right? Let's say you're saving up for what I'm going to call the least expensive item, which is a mask, which is the most desired item when you're a noob. 5 billion. Or actually, let's go down even further, which is the pedal wand. Okay, 1.5 billion. Some people will say, well, that's a lot. As a noob, with just the Mondo Chick Blessing and the Wind, I was able to get 300 million off of the Cactus Field. Okay, so just by doing that, 300 million, do it for a couple times a week, and you're able to get this done. Able to get that done. Add a couple more boosts, things will get crazy. Now there's one last thing that I didn't do that I could have done that would have made this thing really crazy, which is I got the Gummy Star. The Gummy Star would have made this thing explode, and what I mean by that is I was at the coconut field the other day, had the Gummy Star, which basically means gumdrops fall all the time. So that's the cost. The cost is the gumdrops falling. Now we got to remember, with Onnit and Bee Swarm, there's no such thing as a perfect amulet. There's always going to be a cost. But with a higher cost, there's a higher benefit. The benefit is that with the low percentage of getting the Gummy Star, but once you get it, the Gummy Star grows and grows and grows and grows, and you're still getting the benefit of getting the goo. And when that Gummy Star pops, all these honey coins come out, and they increase in value based on your colorless bees. Gumdrops also come out to kind of make up for the ones that you lost. They don't. Trust me, they definitely don't. So you kind of have to be prepared. The Gummy Star is more for end-level players who aren't really concerned about losing gumdrops. But I had the Mondo Blessing, did not use a purple potion, did not use anything except for like oil, I believe, and I hit 5 billion. Didn't go to the marketplace. One of these days I'll use the marketplace, things like that. I'll try to see as many boosts as I can. But I hit 5 billion. I hit 5 billion. Alright, I know this video is going a little long. I didn't expect it to go this long. But I will stop this when the purple potion is done. It doesn't look like I'm going to hit the 7 million mark. But I've used a lot of microconverters, which is good because it's like, why save microconverters? Why save them? Another thing that I could have done, now that I've noticed, is I could have put coconuts down and have them continuously fall. Why am I saving them? So there's a lot of things that you can actually pre-plan for, right? You can pre-plan for and say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. But I believe best places to farm, if you can, would be things like Mountaintop, because you got the Mondo Chick Blessing, Pepper Field, and definitely Coconut Field. And of course, one of the things that I believe that you should always do when you're fast farming is get the Mondo Chick Blessing and then do a donation. If you can, try to do a gold egg donation or a basic egg donation to get some sort of wins. Okay, so let me fill up this pack. So we basically finished at 6.2 billion. 6.2 billion. So thank you very much. I will finish this, and I should probably hit about 7 billion once everything is done. The Mondo Chick still has 22 minutes, so I might actually get up to like 10 billion. Alright, thank you.